Welcome back to another GCN Tech unboxing. Today I've got a range of new saddles to show you. These are the Selle San Marco Shortfit 2.0. I'm going to explain the differences between all the different saddles and why they might be suitable for you. And then crucially, I'm going to tell you how you could be in with a chance of winning one, because we are going to be giving away one of each different type of saddle. And when entering the competition, you can choose which one you'd like. Let's do it. The Shortfit saddle was created back in 2017, designed for riders who use a racy or more aggressive position with their bodies much closer to the handlebars. And you'll be pleased to know that the new Shortfit 2.0 saddle uses almost exactly the same shape and profile as the previous model, but with a few subtle changes here and there to refine and improve it. As the name suggests, this is a short saddle. It's just 255 millimeters in length, and we've got this large, long central cutout down the middle. San Marco call this open fit, and it's designed to alleviate any pressure on sensitive areas and improve the blood flow to prevent numbness. It's available in two different widths, narrow, which is 140 millimeters, and then the slightly wider one, which is 155 millimeters wide. Now, these measurements differ slightly from the previous model, so the saddle is now 5 millimeters longer, and each different width, so the narrow and the wide option, is a few millimeters wider. San Marco have done this based on customer feedback. The new range comprises of CarbonFX, Racing, Dynamic and Sport. But in addition to those four models, there's also the new Dynamic Super Comfort and then this, which is the Racing Super Comfort saddle. So let me take you through all of the different saddles and explain the differences between them, starting with this, the CarbonFX saddle. And as the name suggests, it uses a carbon-infused base and carbon fiber oval rails. It uses these materials to reduce the weight as much as possible, but also increase the strength. The padding is quite minimal on this saddle, again to help reduce the weight, but also give it this super sleek look. Next up is Racing. This uses the same carbon fiber infused base as the CarbonFX saddle, but this time it uses the Stealth Exolite rails. This is a material which uses titanium and carbon fiber particles. Very slightly heavier than the carbon rails, and they're round and 7 millimeters in diameter. One of the updates across the entire range of saddles that I'm going to talk you through is that the edge of the base has been reprofiled and now includes a return lip on it. This increases the strength of the saddle and gives it a really nice, sleek finish. But the big change is that it means that the cover on top of the saddle is bonded directly onto the top of the base rather than taking the cover, folding it round and bonding it underneath of the saddle. This serves for a couple of good reasons, and that's because it enables the saddle to give a very sleek look. It increases the strength of the base, and also it means that when you lean your bike up against a wall, for example, there's less chance of scuffing and damaging that material. The next two saddles in the range are Dynamic and Sport. Both of these saddles use a fully automated vacuum formed process and a glass fiber infused nylon base. The Dynamic uses manganese rails, whereas the Sport uses FEC alloy ones. Both of these are 7 millimeters in diameter and have a round profile. The shape and profile of the saddle is exactly the same as the CarbonFX and Racing, but it's that choice of materials which allows these saddles to fit into a slightly lower price point. Speaking of the profile, San Marco lists the Shortfit 2.0 saddle as a waved saddle, and when I turn it to the side, you can see why. It's designed to help keep you comfy when you're riding in a more aggressive or aerodynamic position. Suitable for riders with a flat back or anterior pelvic tilt, that's where your pelvis is rotated forwards, and it's also equally suited for women and men. So in addition to those four saddles that I've already mentioned, there are in fact two new saddles in the range. We've got the Dynamic Comfort and the Racing Super Comfort. The Dynamic Comfort is very much the same saddle as the Dynamic one. So we've got the same glass fiber infused nylon base and the same manganese rails. But the difference here is we've got more of that pool foam padding, and it's ideal for riders who prefer a slightly softer saddle. Whereas the Racing Super Comfort saddle has a lot more tech going on. Underneath here, we've got a carbon-infused base, Stealth Exolite rails, and a handmade construction process, just as we have with the Racing saddle. but there is a special thicker variable density foam insert here, and it's called BioFoam Plus. And in addition to that, we've also got 2 gel inserts where the sit bones go. But underneath here at the nose of the base where the rails meet, there is a special shock absorbing material to try to help improve the comfort even further still. All of that tech makes this saddle more suitable for riders in a more upright position, or maybe even for e-bikes or touring bikes. So there you go, that's the Selle San Marco Shortfit 2.0 saddles, range completely explained. And now for the part that you've all been waiting for. To enter our competition, you simply need to click on the link in the description down below. That will take you to our competition page where you can choose which saddle you would like and read all of the different terms and conditions. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you have, please give it a big thumbs up. And why not let me know in the comment section down below which saddle you think is the best and why. See you next time for another GCN Tech unboxing.